everybody, just picked up this 51 on a midnight run up to the bay. This bike has not been on the road since 1985. It was purchased in 1971 by the man who's had it all this time. 1971, I was 9 years old. He bought it for 900 bucks, which was a lot of fucking money back then. You can get any original paint knucklehead any year as nice as brand new as could be for $500 at that time. Anywhere in the country. As many as you wanted. He stepped up to 900 because this was the shit in 1971. The long bike fashion hadn't hit yet. This was it. This is the bike all you chopper boys want to have. You wish you could have. Here it is. This is the real bike. It ain't a put together piece of shit out of parts. Oh, it's old school. No, this is the real bike that was really ridden back then as it was put away wet. So if you want the real deal instead of somebody's make-believe, this is it. It's for sale. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you how I know. Watch this magic. Here is, look at the post date. That's the original envelope on this pink slip. They weren't titles in California at the time, they were called pink slips. And here is the pink slip. See that? December 31st, 1971. And here is the last registration, 1985. It's on non-op, so it's still on file. So I don't mind showing you numbers because it's still on file. Got matching belly numbers. I just dropped the belly band, took a zillion fucking photos. Now we're going to go over this bike real careful with the camera and show you. Now, this is probably the frame that was sold new with this bike. We'll never know for sure because the top motor mount, which they did all the time, has been cracked and replaced. And that's where the date code would be. Other than that, this frame is mint, mint, mint. Wow. It still has the correct 61-inch 1951 EL barrels on it. No date codes, no casting marks on those early barrels. That's how they came. It's got the aluminum lifters, right distributor, relays toast. Okay, it's got this cool little spool hub here. Got these really cool narrowed trees for your wide glide. I can't remember who made them things. Still has the stainless tins on it. Now in the 70s, your hot carbs were your L series S&S, your Super B, which came out 78 or something, I forget, and your Bendix. This has a Bendix. Those were the hot carbs of the period. I can't find any welds or cracks anywhere on this bike. So I am not going to get this bike running at this time. The reason is simple. It has the same Vulcan value whether it runs or don't run. If you want a rideable machine, you're going to have to pull it down, nut and bolt, or you can ride it as is, where it is, and break it and then fix it. That's your choice. But this bike hasn't been started since 1985. That means down to the bare frame if you want a rideable, reliable machine. I don't care what it is. If it's an Evo, if it's an old knucklehead, it don't matter. When they've been sitting that long, you can either ride it, break it, or you can pull it down. So we're going to give it some compression here. Well, these things are magic. You got gas, you got spark, you got compression, okay? Got compression. It's just a 61. Remember that. It's not a big inch motor. All right. That's all you get on a 61. The kicks start real easy. Most people can start it with their hand. So, you don't have to play with the transmission. Okay? I'm not getting any gears. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. It is for sale. Now let me give you a fucking clue. Anybody who knows me, actually knows me, knows I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking motorcycles over the last 40 years. You know how many of these old school choppers set up in the early 60s style I've had with actual documented proof that it was? You're looking at it. That's the only one. That is it. I've never ever ever scored one. Back when I started riding in 81, you never saw these bikes on the road. They were out of style. You found a chassis with the motor and training out of it at the swap meet. If it had a nice frame like this, it didn't even go there. They just redid the style. Didn't happen. Nobody wanted them. Out of style. It's like trying to wear bell bottoms in 2000. Out of style. Unwanted, out of style. Today, this is the bitchinest, most coolest chopper you can fucking buy. This is it. Right there. So if you want to have the ultimate, send me an email, huntingharleys@gmail.com. No, the bike is not 10 grand. No. It's not 30,000 either. Oh, it's a retail price, a fair market value for this time. As is, where is, put up or shut up. Notice the early Sportster tank on that? Okay, early Sportster tank. They didn't make the later Sportster tank yet. Has the early petcock. You know, this bike was bought as is, as you see it in 1971. They didn't have the later tank yet. Only had this early tank. Comprendo? This is the real fucking deal. You want a real machine? Put up. I'll see ya.